Many of the issues that we in the United States are grappling with, the pandemic, economic crisis, climate consequences, threats to the rule of law, and even to democracy.
And communities of color have been hit the hardest. It is not possible to fix this economy without containing the virus. But we can make sure that millions of Americans don't lose their homes because President Trump closed his eyes and hoped that the pandemic would just go away.
To see their dignity and to lift them up. And our task at the Department of Housing and Urban Development will be to stand up for the dignity of all Americans and deliver the promise of our nation to all those left out in the cold.
I want to be able to serve as a bridge, really through generational diversity, and also as someone who has a proven ability to reach across the aisle and make sure that we can work together to get things done, which is essential, because this is the only bill we have to pass every year, or as we've seen, really, we crash and burn when the government shuts down.
Hi, I'm Congresswoman Linda Sanchez, and I represent California's 38th Congressional District. Despite the confusing messages you may have heard from the White House and Republicans in Congress, I want to assure you that the Affordable Care Act is still the law of the land.
Thank you so much, Mitchell, for your great leadership. I'll be pretty quick, so think about all your tough questions, and I'm happy to take them in a moment. Mitchell said that Massachusetts is the best state in terms of education in the country, and that is true by every single measure. And you guys should be amazingly proud of what you've done. And as I travel the country, I think people get tired of me talking about Massachusetts. So, but you guys.
And I know that many of our colleagues have heard of the impacts in their states as well. I'm proud that during my time as governor, Republicans and Democrats in New Hampshire put our differences aside and came together to pass and reauthorize our state's bipartisan Medicaid expansion plan.
Forever. My point is, we see it every day because we're close to the land. And when you're down in New York or Pennsylvania or Kentucky, you know, it's just a different story. They're starting to believe, too, as more and more storms come through.
Wealth. And, by the way, an issue I have worked on for decades here successfully, because 27 million middle-class families no longer pay alternative minimum tax. But guess what?
Rhode Island Republicans.
The thought of them meeting in person right now is not a good thought. That, I think, would be a terrible idea.